guys, it's Brandon.
And this is Sabrina, and welcome to the Someone Called BS podcast, where we discuss navigating marriage, entrepreneurship, and owning our own businesses while also trying to do this thing called life together. Thanks for joining us here and listening to our literal BS.
Oh, you're gonna need to edit that out.
Ugh, come on.
Or trick two. Did their trick two make it run a lot better, but for the cheaper?
Seriously, don't say it like that.
Let's get it.
Oh, is it going? I can't see the screen, honey.
Oh, yeah, we're live.
Oh, hi, everyone.
Hello.
I don't have my contacts or my glasses on, so I can't see what is happening. But we are back despite some challenges that we had this evening with our recording equipment.
Yeah, they can see our computer right here.
Oh, yeah, you can see our huge computer in the background and we're like...
And in my glasses, too.
We're at like a weird angle because...
See that?
We are so dedicated to recording this podcast every Wednesday so we can release it because we told you guys we weren't going to miss another episode. So
8 p.m.
My laptop is a MacBook and my adapter apparently went out. So I had to bring my PC computer and put it in our living room so we can record. So if you're watching, it's kind of an interesting view.
Yeah.
We look like we're like sitting down below the computer, but it's fine. Anyway, how was your day? I haven't talked to you all day.
Yeah, it's hectic. So it's the week of Christmas, so...
It's the week before Christmas, but yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the week before Christmas.
Christmas is Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday starts a new week.
No, Monday starts a new week.
No, Sunday is the beginning of a week.
Who said that?
The calendar says that. Like every week is Sunday through Saturday.
No.
I don't know.
Monday. That is the blue-collared man's restart of the week. So
let us know if you think Sunday or Monday starts a new week.
It's Monday, for sure. Okay. But, yeah, it's crazy. Week of Christmas is always crazy. Kind of December always ebbs and flows in the automotive industry because nobody really exactly wants to spend money on automotive repairs, which, I mean, is understandable because it's Christmas time, especially this year with inflation and everything. Christmas was expensive. Even for myself, who is a swipe the card kind of guy, I went Christmas shopping and I was like, ooh, shit's expensive.
What'd you get me for Christmas?
We'll see. Lump of coal.
Well, we'll see what I got you. We weren't supposed to spend a lot, so hopefully you didn't.
Better be a fucking McLaren. Because I know for a fact where there's a 765 LT.
We look very, like, whitewashed on this video. This is not good for me, but it's fine.
I think I look good. Very dashing.
Well, you look white like usual, but I look like a ghost. But I'm also not wearing that much makeup either. I have had a week, but also I can't wear my contacts, so I've been wearing my glasses, and I don't ever wear glasses out, so I don't really have a pair that's like nice. So I'm sure people think I look crazy going out in glasses because I am blind as a bat, but I have a LASIK consult, and apparently your contacts, fun fact for people that wear contacts, apparently your contact lens, like your eyeball molds and forms to your lens. So if you've been wearing them for a long time, your eyeball over time kind of like forms to the shape of the contact. So I have to do the LASIK consult and not wear my contacts so they can see the actual, like, I guess, shape of my eyeball to make sure they can do the LASIK properly. So I can't wear my contacts for like 7 days.
First world problems.
It really is, but it's terrible because I can't see and I don't have good glasses. So it's just, I'm living blind right now. Anyway, not that y'all care about that. I can't even read my phone, so I'm sorry. I have to pull up my phone if you're watching on YouTube. So for the podcast tonight, I figured first of all, the other day I was listening to the podcast, and I kind of stopped doing that. I listened to like the first episode just to make sure our audio was working okay and like all the stuff. But after that, I would just listen to like little clips here and there just to make sure like nothing malfunctioned. But you guys get like raw, uncut podcast because I don't edit it at all. But the other day I was listening because I figured I should probably listen on like an actual drive to work and listen on like Spotify to make sure like our audio sounded good and everything was good. And I listened to the ski episode, the episode we recorded after Thanksgiving. And as I'm listening from like an outsider's perspective, can you not hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. As I'm listening from like an outsider's perspective, you're actually kind of funny. But like I wanted to tell you that I think that you're kind of funny.
How about that?
But not in the moment. Like not
in the moment. Like in the moment, I hate you and I plaster you all over different social media outlets where I yell at you. Now, I didn't get the clip, I didn't get any of my funny little snippets out into the world. Just the clip where I got yelled at.
I don't notice when you're funny, like while we're talking, I don't really notice when you're being funny. I just kind of get annoyed. But I will give you props and say that honestly, you made me laugh while I was driving.
Yeah, well, I'm good at that. I mean, yeah.
So, just wanted to give you that compliment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I've gotten texts about that episode. If you haven't listened to it yet, you should listen to it. It's the ski trip episode. I think it's episode 6, maybe 7. I don't know. But we talk about like our Thanksgiving trip, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback on that one. A lot of my friends have texted me and said how hilarious you are.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely in the top 10% of funny people. This thing is glitching out too, by the way. Just so you know. Like, I just saw some kind of weird thing happen. So.
I know. Hopefully, y'all don't see that on the YouTube video. But if you do, sorry.
Also, while we're talking about percentages.
Percentages?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I just talked about I'm in the top 10% of funny people in the world. So while we're talking about percentages, there was something that I left out of last week's podcast that I would like to touch on because it's pretty important. So if you didn't tune in last week, we were talking about entrepreneurs and how difficult it sometimes can be to keep yourself motivated and to keep yourself. It's actually kind of a little bit of a tricky dick, as Chet would say, because you have to stay motivated enough to be hungry, but you also have to keep yourself grounded to know like you could lose it all tomorrow, because I feel like it's very, very easy to go either way. Like you can be so overconfident that you run your business into the ground, but you also can be so scared that you're not investing enough into your business to actually make profit and grow and scale. But something I wanted to touch on, because we were talking about something that keeps you motivated. When you're looking at the scale of small businesses, now mind you, you can Google this if you don't believe me. Small businesses make up 99% of the businesses in the entire world is small business.
What defines small business, though? Like, how is that defined?
Well, I don't know that answer.
I'm just curious to know, like, we should Google that at some point. Like, what defines a small business when they're counting, like, okay, 99% of businesses are small. But anyway,
yeah, I'm
proceed.
not positive on what defines it as a small business, but I do know that 99% of businesses in the world are considered small. And what I also God. Excuse me. What I also know is that out of the small businesses that there are, less than 10% do over $1 million gross revenue per year. So, number one, if you're doing over that, fucking-does to you, because that's incredible, right? You're in the top 10% of small businesses to do over $1 million gross. Like, that's fucking awesome. That in itself should make you feel really, really good, because I had no idea that was such a difficult feat, like looking back at it perspective wise. And number two, if you're not doing those numbers, we kind of touched on this last week about how you scroll through TikTok and it's like, yep, well, I sit at home and I do TikToks and I'm a gazillionaire. Don't let that shit affect you or keep you down or whatever, because it's really not that fucking easy, okay? Because if only 10% of people, small businesses, are doing over $1 million, obviously it's not that fucking easy. So some of these people who might be influencers might be telling a little bit of a fib. So everything is not always as it seems on social media, for sure. Obviously, if you probably look at our social media, like, you think that I'm killing the game and never struggle a day in my life, and that's just not the fucking case. I wish that were the case, but no. So those are some interesting facts I thought you guys would get a kick out of.
Yeah, and just so you know, I did a little Google. And so there's different guidelines, but according to the SBA, which is the Small Business Association,
we have our loans through them. Shout out.
That is, a small business is considered up to 1,500 employees, and
$1,500, bro.
$1 to 41.5 million in annual revenue. So if you have less than 41.5 million in revenue and less than 1,500 employees, you would qualify as a small business.
Yeah, I would say we're small as fuck then.
We're like a micro business.
We're like a micro business. Jesus, age.
And then according to the IRS...
1,500, you say?
Yes, according to the IRS, small business is any business that has assets below $10 million.
Oh.
I'm sure it's very subjective. But
yeah, we're not going to get into assets, because I may have a few assets tucked away.
Like what?
I've got a lot of assets. If I were to die tomorrow...
All of your assets I would have to pay off.
She would... Just... My friends that are in the automotive realm, please do not let her sell off my stuff for what I told her it costs, for God's sakes. Because I've got a lot of money tied up between the Silverado and the C10 and the wagon. It's somewhere in the millions for sure.
Well, let's not go there.
But they're assets. I keep them in my back pocket in case one day I need to make some fast money.
Vehicles are not assets. Vehicles
they are to me, homie.
Are losses.
Nope, that's a lie. I have 2 vehicles that appreciate every year. My 67 C10 goes up in value every year, and the wagon goes up in value every single year.
I forgot about that you had the wagon. You know, we need to take it off of our car insurance at this point. It's literally collecting dust.
It is collecting dust, but not for much longer, pal, because guess what? That's why I've been saying it's been so busy. The good thing about having these new employees is I've been out in the shop lately. So I have been running rampant to try and get us caught up with like our... One thing I will tell you about our automotive business, sometimes you will see our big projects that we do, like swap vehicles and stuff like that, and it is super impressive. Makes one hell of a picture on Instagram, but they fucking suck. They suck because for them to be done right, you never can charge enough money to actually profit decently off of them. Because no matter what, you want to micro pick it apart and just redo and redo and redo.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, they take up space and time for very large periods of time. So I am not the biggest fan of doing that type of work, but we are the only shop that can do that type of work in our area. So I'm happy to do it. It's just not. When we have multiple large jobs like that at a time, it really drives me bananas because it's difficult to manage in the shop. But we've started knocking a lot of those things out. So I don't know. I'm feeling dangerously optimistic that I'm about to work on my wagon, which I'm pretty stoked about because I have literally had a Kong blower.
Kong.
Yeah, a Kong.
What is that? Like a dog toy?
No. Kong, he's the big gorilla.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
So they're
Oh, it's
pretty,
like a brand.
yeah, pretty
Okay.
prominent brand of blower. So I've got a 427 ready to go for that car. I've got a Kong 2650 blower. I have a custom billet direct injected methanol plate from the United Kingdom ready to go for that car.
The people that are not car people don't know what you're speaking about.
Well, I can tell you that car is going to be fast as fuck. It was very, very fast before. I think it probably was a high 9-second car prior to. And I will be shooting for the 1,000 to 1,200 horsepower mark with that car after I'm done putting it back together. So it's going to be a really fun car. So I'm excited to get that one back on the road.
And then I can drive it.
You can drive that one because that car is so easy to drive.
I like that car.
It's independent rear suspension, so it's a point and shoot car. Even with all that power, you point, you hit the pedal, it will go that way. And it's heavy, so easy to control. Doesn't really dart around. Like all my trucks, they are a pain in the ass to drive because they make boatloads of power too, but they have no weight in the ass end. So when you floor it, it's like you never really know if it's going to kick to the left, kick to the right. You just got to manhandle that thing. But the wagon has always been a point and shoot car. Like wherever the steering wheel's pointed, it's going to go that way, and it's going to go that way fast. So
I'll see when I drive it how fast it is.
I'm excited about that one. I am.
Yeah, I am too. Maybe finally you will be able to drive another vehicle that we own.
Yeah, be sick.
Well, what else do you have for us today? You're the talent of the podcast. Have anything else?
Some would say that's true. One thing I just noticed, I picked these glasses up.
If you're watching on YouTube, he's drinking out of these. Well, we're both drinking out of these
Made by
glasses.
Liton, Liiton. They're these really cool whiskey glasses that you put in the freezer and you let them freeze. And then you take them out, you pour your whiskey in them, and within 18 seconds, it is chilled to perfection for drinking consumption.
I don't know if you can see it. I'm
And
holding it up, but I can't see anything. So.
This particular one, I just noticed it's got writing on it. You can kind of see that.
It has the coordinates.
So it has the coordinates for Mount Denali. They've got different mountain ranges within this. So they've got like Fiji, Everest, Grand Canyon. This one happens to be Mount Denali because, I'm a Denali man. And not just a Denali man. Denali Ultimate.
Uh-huh.
And not just an Ultimate, because the Ultimate interior was kind of basic for my liking, and now everybody's getting them. So, I had to set myself apart. So I've got my boy Seth in College Station with BW Leatherworks, Blackwater Leatherworks, doing some custom tooling in the headrests. And, Sabrina's got those Louis Vuitton purses, so she can't be the only one rocking that Louis. So I got him doing some Louis Vuitton inserts in there because I'm bougie like that. So, and I know nobody else around here will spend that kind of dough to do that. So it'll be one of one. You know how I do it.
Wow. The talent.
But yeah.
The talent gets his Denali Ultimate Louis Vuitton seats.
Yep. So I saw these glasses in this really cool all men's store. If you're around this area, in Bernie, there's a really cool all men's store. What was it called? Beechants?
Yeah, Bachance or Beechants? I don't
I don't
know.
know. It was in downtown Bernie. Absolutely sick. It's like a speakeasy in there. They had like golfing stuff, all men's fragrances, clothing. It was really cool. So I found these glasses in there and I was like, you know what? I like these. And everything was on sale for 25% off. So
Yeah.
I did a little boy math and basically I got them for free.
Yeah. I mean, they were like $30. They weren't.
Yeah, they weren't super
Expensive.
expensive. So $30, 25% off. So good deal.
Yeah.
And they're cool. They look cool, and they chill the whiskey down without watering it down, so you actually taste what you're drinking. So, yeah, if you're into that sort of thing.
What are you drinking tonight? Are you drinking just whiskey?
That is Whistle Pig, and this is a special release single barrel from the Alfa Romeo race team. So the barrels were actually used in the Alfa Romeo wind tunnels. So since at the time when I ordered that bottle, we still had the Alpha, I thought it was iconic, and I like to do iconic shit, I believe is the trending TikTok. So I ordered it, but by
You
the
need
time
to make a video of yourself saying that, but copy what she how
Yeah.
she says it.
I want to do, there's a trending video where everybody's like, we're dinks. Of course we're going to eat whatever the hell we want. We're dinks. Yes, we're going to book a trip and go this weekend. I want to do that one. I think that would be funny.
Yeah, that would be funny, but I would just for sure screw that up and not be able to think of what
Yeah,
we're
it's true.
saying.
She'd have to script it out.
I would have to script it out. I'm not good. I'm not a thinker on the fly. I haven't scripted out I don't ever script out the podcast, but I'll do an outline just so I can remember what I want to talk about, because if not, I don't know what happens to my brain, but I just go blank and I can't think of anything.
Oh boy.
I don't know if that's an ADHD thing or what that is, but it's insane. I cannot think of things on the fly. I freeze. My brain just doesn't work. But maybe I'm just not talented like you.
Well, I think we complement each other. I think you bring talent in places where I do not, and I think there's things that I am good at.
I also noticed when I was listening back to our podcast that I'm very monotone when I speak. Is that am I like that just in general in real life?
I was going to say grouchy when you speak to me anyway.
In real life or on the podcast or both?
Yeah, just in general.
I
Just
think
like a generalized disgust for me.
no,
Just like a hatred, like a deep-seated hatred.
I do not have a deep-seated hatred. You can ask anyone. I just feel like this is the way I talk, maybe, and it's kind of monotone.
I mean,
even though I sound like I'm really expressing myself,
no,
it doesn't come across that way.
no.
I just have a monotone voice. So
I think it's the corporate America in you.
I'm not corporate. I'm a small business. I only have a few employees.
A few employees, but Dana might be up there around that 40 mil. I don't know.
No.
That man making bank. I mean, your Christmas party was a little bit more bougie than mine, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that dinner.
Well, yeah. But
Bohannon's?
Dana is also an entrepreneur, so he has other businesses.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to more than one.
I just feel like we are going crazy with the one. I don't know how I would handle running another business. It's insane.
I'm going to have to figure it out because I don't know.
Well, what else do you have tonight? I had some stuff. So we got some more feedback, like I was saying, but a lot of our feedback was oh my gosh, Brandon's so funny, blah, 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 blah. So.
Also handsome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got a lot of feedback on that. I was dazzling. Absolutely. My fit, my glasses, cap. The drip.
Yeah.
Hopefully Santa brought me some new chains.
I wouldn't go that far.
Like a big, like, iced out Cuban.
Maybe one day.
Perhaps.
But yeah, so I think our listeners.
She doesn't believe me. I'm going to get a big, like, F-bomb with some diamonds in it.
You're going to look like a ghetto, like, gangster.
It's going to be incredible.
You're going to look like you sell drugs.
I wish. If I sold drugs, I would definitely have a McLaren already, for sure. 100%.
Well, what I was saying was I think the listeners like funny.
Yeah.
They like you being funny and like yourself.
I'll just say that I think the listeners are probably not so much different than us. They probably live very hectic lives in their own regards. And I think a lot of people enjoy these podcasts. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not a podcast dude.
He doesn't listen to any podcasts.
I don't.
But you watch a lot of TikToks.
The reason why is my attention span is not that good, to be honest. I don't know how you guys watch or listen to us for. Sometimes we're on here for like an hour, and when we're on here on the podcast, like she's elbowing me, like shut up, stupid, because I'll just ramble on. So whenever I'm talking, I have zero concept of how much time has gone by.
Brandon will ramble and ramble and ramble about like the same thing for like minutes on end.
Yeah, that's true.
And I just want to kill him sometimes.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not good at that. Like time management when I speak, but my attention span is short. So usually the TikToks, like they're getting me, whatever it is. Usually a lot of my stuff is car related, a lot of motivational, men's mental health type stuff. Because that's what I watch on there. So they deliver the message within like 60 to 90 seconds. And that's about what my attention span is. At least with that type of stuff.
Yeah. Well,
other stuff I'm detail oriented. Like automotive stuff, yeah, I'm very detail oriented. But like stuff like social media, it's like, if it's not wowing me within like 60 to 90, it's tough for me to stick around. So shout out to our listeners who tune in every week. Thank you so much. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we're up to like, we get consistently like, when I'm looking at stats, like 50-ish.
Holy shit, 50 people?
50-ish listeners.
That is incredible.
Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you. And you know what? You do your own podcast. Maybe you get some listeners, because that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of people that watch us are probably very much like us. They live a hectic life, and you can ask her if The Office is on. I'm watching The Office because it's the only time I can literally like shut my brain off and just watch a stupid ass show. And I'm like, doesn't matter. I've seen all the episodes like 52 times, but it always makes me laugh. So
yeah, it's like mind numbing. But lately you've been on, what is that show on Netflix?
Young Sheldon.
I
think that's a funny son bitch right there.
Every night.
I don't know how I never seen that, but it's pretty funny.
I think it's funny, and The Office is funny, and like Schitt's Creek is funny. When I like mind numbing, I either like crime or I
know a good murder show where the woman kills the husband.
Well, you better watch it. No, I either like crime or I like reality TV.
No, it's a murder show. She asked me the other night, legitimately. She was like, do you mind if we watch a show about some murder? I feel like it's been ages. I'm like,
because you never let me watch it. You always turn on The Office or like the
why?
Young Sheldon.
Why in the fuck do you want to watch that? Like, we're trying to lay down and unwind. So she's like, can you rub my back while I watch about this wife brutally stabbing her husband 72 times?
Oh, we need to finish our 2020 episode, unless you did, but there's a new 2020 out.
No,
it's pretty good.
I didn't.
Was it 2020 or Dateline? I don't remember.
I don't know, but it was awful. Anyway. She was like, she had rolled over after she fell asleep, and she was like, so did the kid kill his parents or not? I'm like, what? Yeah, so did he do it? I'm like, I don't know. As soon as I saw you were asleep, I changed the channel. You didn't finish it? No.
I want to know. We
No.
have to finish it tonight. I am so
No,
in
it's
tune with crime. Like, so we have my niece and nephew staying with us. Shout out Landon Aubrey, because I know y'all listen, even though this is not for kids. But we have them staying with us, and I am so in tune with crime that I've seen enough crime documentaries to know that sometimes kids will kill you. So what I do is I lock our bedroom door at night when they're staying with us, because I do not actually, when anyone is staying in our home, my friend got offended one time because I told her that like I locked my bedroom door because I did not want her coming in and killing me. But yeah, I will lock my bedroom door if anyone is staying with us in our house. At least it's not like you can't slam through the door, but at least at that point I would know you can't like sneak in quietly.
you would get a custom F-bomb Glock 43X clip blown through on that ass if that happens.
Well,
And I am a horrible shot. So you're going to be shot in all kinds of
I'm just saying,
bad places.
even if I had a kid and they lived with us and we loved them with our whole soul, I would lock my door at night. Don't trust your kids.
I have a guard dog.
No, Milton is not a guard dog. He's
Aria
no, she
is very scary.
yeah, but
When she gets up and barks, she is very scary.
Yes, but she doesn't always sleep with us in our room. So she kind of picks and chooses where she wants to sleep. Sometimes it's not in our room, so we wouldn't know. And
she would come to her father's aid. She is a mama's girl or a father's girl.
if she trusts the person that's going to kill us, then she might not. So you got to watch out. Watch out for your kids. Watch out for people staying with you. Just lock your doors, your bedroom door too. That's my tip. Anyway, I like crime or I like reality TV. Reality TV meaning Keeping Up with the Kardashians or whatever they're called now on Hulu. I love the Kardashians. I don't care what anyone says. Like, I feel like people that don't like them are just honestly jealous of, like, obviously all the money that they have and all of this, like, I don't know if you'd be jealous of the fame. I feel like that's kind of a catch-22, but I feel like people get jealous of the Kardashians. Like, you've got to give it to them. Like, they either way, if Kim accidentally leaked, if the sex tape was accidentally leaked or if they leaked it on purpose, either way, they like found a way to just advance their career to a whole other level.
I mean, if leaking my butthole is going to get me advanced and get me that type of bread, by all means.
Stop.
Just DM me where you need my butthole to go, because you will see it in all its glory.
No, only if you pay us a lot of money.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, like, if I make that type of money, I don't know if you know this, but Kim's got a car collection.
Yeah, she does.
I'm not talking about, like, stock cars. Like, she's got some shit that's dope.
I'm just saying, I don't remember if I talked to you about this on the podcast or if it was somewhere else, but Kim is like a great businesswoman. I will say she's like one of my top female businesswoman, like kind of what word am I looking for? It's ADHD brain.
Inspirations?
Maybe. I don't know. I just think she's a really good businesswoman because number one, she's still herself. So she's still posting like raunchy ass pictures of herself because that's who she is as a person. But number two, she can go into like
gotta go with what got you there, you know what I mean?
Go speak like with the president of the United States and like go try to be an attorney and like study to pass the bar and all of this stuff. Like I just think she's not doing that for clout. She already has clout. Like she's doing that for a reason, and it's because she like truly believes in what she's doing. So I just think she's a really good businesswoman and she has her hand in a lot of stuff. So I am Kardashian until I die. I don't care what anyone says. So Keeping Up with the Kardashians, reality TV. I will say I think like Khloe is probably my favorite, but Kim is a close Kim or Chloe are my favorite. Who would be your favorite? You've seen enough Kardashians.
Scott.
Scott is
Lord Scott Disick.
Scott is not a Kardashian, technically.
He was.
But I mean out of the sisters.
Nah, I don't really care for any of them.
Oh my god.
I mean, they're like probably Kim, just because she has a cool car collection.
Oh, okay.
I'm not big on the Kardashians, but Kim does have a legitimate car collection. Like, she's got some actual legit cars, not like, oh, I have a Rolls Royce, which, I mean, she does, but.
So I like that show, and I also like probably Sister Wives.
Oh my god, it's not even Sister Wives anymore. The dude's fucking only married to one chick at this point.
If y'all have
For fuck's sake, it can't be Sister Wives if all the sisters have left. It's just a fucking dude who's married to a chick.
Yeah, but if y'all have not watched Sister Wives ever, please start from the very beginning. Go through all of the seasons. There's so much drama.
Thank God I have not. It's just, I've seen a few episodes here or there. Fuck, dude.
I make him watch that sometimes.
Very difficult to bear.
Oh, actually, we should see. So I'm already caught up. I'm waiting for I think the last reunion episode of the Sister Wives. But yeah, if you have not seen that show on TLC, I also really like that one. I just think it's interesting. The reason I got onto that show was I think it's interesting to see how people live so differently. Can you imagine having multiple wives that you have to deal with?
Multiple wives that hate me and yell at me on podcasts? No, I cannot imagine that. I can imagine that, but already the reality of one actual wife who I adore and put on a pedestal, and she's like, you fucking moron.
Oh my god. You do not put me on a pedestal.
I mean, okay. The listeners of the show will decide that one.
Please tell me if you think that Brandon puts me on a pedestal.
Oh, the viewers who know? No. No, for sure.
Even if you don't see, if you've been listening since the beginning, please give me your opinion on if Brandon puts me on a pedestal on this podcast.
100%.
Anyway.
100%.
Sister Wives is a good one. I love that show. I also love Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I went through this phase where I was really into learning. I wasn't into the religion itself, but I was into learning about Mormonism and how what they believe and all this stuff. So I listened to podcasts specifically about how the Mormon religion works. I went crazy. I'm a little bit psychotic. So that the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City got me into studying how the Mormon religion works. But I really like that show too. So those are my top 3 reality TV shows: Kardashians, Sister Wives, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I think that's pretty dynamic. It's different genres and all sorts of stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're going to need to record or release this tonight to make our Wednesday deadline.
Oh yeah, it's getting released. She already tried to bail out. She sent on the way home. She was like, we don't have to record tonight because it's already late and,
Well, I didn't want to deal with your bad mood.
Said, shit, let my fans down? The people who count on me for their comedic relief?
Your fans?
Yeah.
Wow. You're getting pretty cocky. You're becoming a
confident
diva. A little bit of a diva. The talent is a little dramatic.
Shit. Well,
Someone's got to be the diva of the show.
Yeah, it's true.
Not me.
It's got to be me.
I don't know how much we're at right now because I can't even see this screen.
40 minutes. Coming up on 40.
So the content that I had for tonight was actually...
And I am all out. So now you can really see Mount Denali. Pretty sick.
So we didn't get to the content that I had, but we'll just make sure to record
What do you got? Rapid fire. I'll touch on it real quick.
No, because I want to actually like dive into it. Because since this is year end, I figured we could talk about the biggest things that we've learned personally in 2023.
Oh my God, that might be a two-parter.
So maybe, over the weekend you can brainstorm that a little bit. And then on our next podcast, we can talk about it. And then also what our goals are for 2024. So biggest thing we've learned in 2023, or biggest things, it can be multiple, that we've learned, and then what we want to accomplish in 2024.
Okay.
So, like, those could be some good topics that we can talk about on next week's episode.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Also, too, if any of you have any other ideas you would like for us to touch on, with the year end coming to a close, please let us know. Can you stop?
Oh my God.
I am trying to edit this for a clip.
You literally just scared the shit out of me. Don't do that. God.
Well, that's what it's like being in my shoes, Pally.
No, it's not.
That's how terrifying it is. That's how I felt that day. I just didn't let the people see it.
No, you're not abused. Let's not get there. I could get there with you.
No. We know. The people know. The people have spoken.
Anyway, so that'll be next week's episode. We'll talk about our lessons, our goals, what we want to accomplish in 2024. If you want to share yours with us, that would be great. I wanted to ask if you guys could subscribe to us on YouTube. Even if you don't listen there, maybe you want to just follow our channel just in case you ever, get a wild hair and want to watch our videos. But if you can subscribe to us on YouTube, we can reach, like, when we have more subscribers, you can start reaching like a bigger audience. So, just a goal in 2024 maybe to broaden our horizons for our podcast.
Not to mention, you will get to see this drip. If you watch on YouTube, like, you will get to see the drip.
Yeah.
I'm positive Santa got me some new sunglasses for podcasting next year. But yeah,
you will get to see the talent in action. So
yeah,
if you can, subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already. And then if you listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, if you can rate the podcast and maybe leave a little comment about, obviously rate us very well if you don't mind, please. And leave a little comment about how you feel about our podcast. That would help us too. But
also too, shout out to the homie AJ. He's got a little podcast that I like to listen to. That's the one podcast I listen to, and you know why? Because I think it's way shorter than ours.
Oh, you know what's funny about AJ is I literally went to high school with him, and I went to school with him, and he never knew Brandon. Like, they didn't know each other. And now
he's just some rando Ferrari. He's like the service manager at Ferrari now.
Well, he's not some rando Ferrari person.
No, but like, that's how I always saw him. And I was like, hey, one day I showed you, I'm like, hey, check this dude out. And you're like, oh yeah, I went to high school.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so crazy. It's such a small world. But yes, he has his own podcast. Do you know what it's called?
The Prancing Ponies, I believe it's what it's called.
And what is it about?
He does the history of Ferrari. So he covers the history of Ferrari, how it came about.
Because
Enzo.
He works for Ferrari.
Yeah. I mean, he's worked multiple different positions in Ferrari. It's really, really interesting. Super cool. So go check that out. I don't know that he has it on YouTube, but he does have it on Spotify. I know that for sure because I listen in the truck on Spotify, like if I go on a parts run or whatever. So super cool. So shout out to AJ.
That's cool.
Keep doing your thing.
Well, thanks for listening tonight.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Time to go eat and refill my Denali glass.
Yes, and I can't see the screen, but we will talk to you later.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in with us. Please like, comment, and subscribe with us on YouTube, and listen to us on Spotify and wherever else you stream podcasts. Email us for topics and conversations that you'd like to hear next at info@someonecallbs.com.